Hey, what's up everybody, it's me with 24, and today I'll be taking a look at the 1 to 100 scale Master Grade Shining Gundam from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. This kit came out in 2002 and retails for about 2,500 yen, or with the exchange rate and everything, I guess you could say it's about 28 US dollars, something like that. I don't know, my math's not perfect with that, so don't quote me on it, but the front of the box there, you've got the Shining Gundam and Domonkashu doing their Shining Finger. And I really like the box art. You got the mountains and the mist in the background there, which is pretty cool. On one side of it, you've got him doing a bunch of different fighting poses, beam saber and whatnot. And then the other side, you've got him in hyper mode, and then showing off the action frame and the Domonkashu figure included with the kit. Now, the instruction manual is pretty much the same as any other Master Grade instruction manual. You've got some specs of the Gundam in the front page there, a list of the runners showing how to use screwdrivers, because, you know, that'd be a big challenge to use a screwdriver. The front and back of the mobile suit, and then the instructions themselves. And much like with the ARC-79, I went out of order with this one. It tells you to do the arms and the legs first, and I did the torso, and then the head, and then the arms and legs. So, I don't know, it's just my preference, but everybody else probably do it a different way. In the middle there, you've got overview of big sequences from the show involving the Shining Gundam, using his Shining Finger, meeting up with Master Gundam, and then on this side you've got some more shots of the action frame, both with the armor on and off of the Gundam, as well as a list of the colors to paint. More instructions on how to build it, and then decals and whatnot in the back. You got a nice shot of the back of the Gundam, but you also get an insert that shows the front of the Gundam. And unlike the insert that came with my RX-79, they chose to do a black background for this one, with some of the Japanese letters behind it, and then you guys just got the Shining Gundam with a red framer on the whole thing, which I think is pretty cool. I don't honestly know what I'm going to do with this, but I kind of want to keep this insert, maybe put it up on like the side of my bookcase or something, just because I think it looks really cool. You know, it's not terribly complex, but it's kind of cool looking. Now, with this kit, you do get a figure of Domonkashu, and instead of the normal small white figure, it's actually a taller tan-colored rubber figure. If anyone has bought a Evangelion limited high-grade model, they come with figures similar to these, although the Evangelion ones are slightly smaller figures. I do believe there's a couple other Master Grade Gundam kits that come with these. I think there's one, maybe there's one of Rambaral and then one of Amuro Ray, although I'm not sure exactly which version of those kits they come with. But anyways, I've just gone ahead and painted the red piece on his chest so far. I'll probably paint the rest of them later, but basically you've got one piece for the body, and then a separate piece for the bandana, and then these three pegs that stick out are also separate, but they don't like to stay in all that well, so I'm probably going to have to super glue them. So, with that, here's the Master Grade Shining Gundam, and I'm going to move the camera here a second. I purposely took off his armor on one side to show the differences between the inner frame and the armor on the Gundam. So basically, colors you're going to get right out of the box. You're going to have the blue for the torso, or sorry, the chest area, the arm, the side of the leg, as well as the Corelander. You're also going to get this white, or rather it's a light gray color for most of the body and the bottom of the Corelander. You're going to get yellow for the Corelander vents, for the chest area, the Vulcans, the bits on the head there, and then you're going to get red for the torso, the crotch, the feet, the side of the leg, and the shoulder armor. And then you're also going to get gray for the inner frame. I did go ahead and panel line this guy with the black fine point Gundam marker, so this isn't exactly what it's going to look like, but it'll be pretty close. I also went ahead and painted the shoulder bits, the arm bits, and the interior of the legs gold for the hyper mode. They come yellow right out of the box, which I was kind of disappointed in, but it is a little bit older Master Grade, so I wasn't terribly surprised. Now, as for the core lander, basically it's just included to put it in the back of the Gundam, but you do get a little bit of movement with it. You've got the thruster moves a bit, and then these vents kind of swing back and forth, and that's about the extent of it. So you just pop the cockpit up, and it goes in the hole in the back, and there's really no like peg or anything that sticks into it. It just slides in and then stays pretty well. So that's nice that it sticks in there and stays. As far as the poseability on this guy goes, I purposely removed the side skirt on this side just so I can show the leg better. But the head will move up and down, do the kind of chicken bob back and forth, and will rotate 360. The pieces on the sides of the head move as well as the part on the top, and that's for the hyper mode. One thing I should note here is that this chest piece likes to push in. I don't know why it's built like that. There's a hinge on the bottom there that allows it to flip back in, but I can't figure out why they included that, because I don't remember that ever happening in the show. His chest like caving in like that, so just kind of odd they included that. But as far as the arms go, either side can rotate 360 at the shoulder. Now with the armor off, you can get his arms to go up about that high, and with the armor on, you can only get it to go so high, which is kind of to be expected. It can bend at 2 joints to go 180 with the armor off. Yeah, see, like anytime you touch the chest piece, it caves in, and I don't know why, but it's not hard to get back out. It's just kind of weird. The other side with the armor on can go almost 180, not quite, but still it's a pretty good bend. The arm guard can basically rotate anywhere around the wrist, although it does loosen things up a bit as it rotates around, so the hand is kind of bound to fall out. Can rotate below the shoulder 360, and the wrist can rotate and wiggle, and then obviously the same thing for the other side without the armor on. The front skirts don't really move that much front to back, but they do move a little bit side to side. The torso can wiggle kind of all over the place, go forwards, backwards, side to side, because there's one joint from the waist to that inner torso piece, and then the inner torso piece connects to the upper torso. So it gives you a lot more range of motion than you would with the RX-79, because the inner frame goes all the way through this kit. The back skirt armor doesn't really move much at all, it just kind of goes back and forth a bit. And the legs, with the armor off, can pretty much bend 180. I mean, the skirt armor is going to hinder it more than the actual armor will, because on the other side you can see it almost goes as far. Front to back can move that far forward, slightly further with the armor off, and about the same distance backwards. Can go out about yay far. And the feet have basically 2 joints. There's a hinge at the top of the ankle, and then a ball joint at the bottom of the ankle, and the bottom one doesn't move a ton just because it's back foot guard here, but the front of the foot does move at the toe a little bit, providing it with a greater range of motion, and it's part of the transformation into hyper mode. So I think I'm going to end the first part here. Stay tuned for the second part, and I will go into the decals and the hyper mode. And yeah, see you then.